afternoon, everybody. I would like to wish you happy Gandhi Jayanti. Today, I would like to discuss about on the occasion of Mahatma Gandhi Jayanti and a little bit discussion about Gandhi's education philosophy. And not only, as we know, that means Mahatma Gandhi was a great leader and he brought the independence to us of India. But here I would like to Mahatma Gandhi also work on the educational field also. Let us see what is the views of Mahatma Gandhi. What work has been done for the education by the Mahatma Gandhi. So let us go. Let me say that a few points are there. Most important points of Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi told that is a free and compulsory education. So first point, that is he discussed, that means main 8 points are there. So Mahatma Gandhi education philosophy TNAT 1, what is that called? That is a free and compulsory education. So Gandhiji here, free and compulsory education. Gandhiji wanted that within the ages 7 and 14 there should be free and compulsory universal primary education. He said that free and compulsory universal education for the primary, that is 7 years to 14 years. He said that his conception of primary education was up to matriculation minus the English. There is no English, only local language along with the national language should be. That is Gandhiji has proposed that. Next one, Gandhi's education philosophy, that is TNAT 2, craft centered education. What he proposed, that craft centered education. Craft is to be the center of education. Gandhiji believed that the highest development of mind and soul was possibly only through the handicraft. The education of child should begin with the useful and productive craft. Craft should form the nucleus of all instructions, but handicraft should not be taught mechanically but scientifically. So what he said here, so Gandhiji believed that highest development of mind and soul possible only through the handicraft. That means not only merely education theory in the classroom, but the craft work also should be done for the primary and secondary. So that is, he supported that one. So with the introduction of the useful craft as the center of all instruction, every school can make the self-supporting by the craft material, by the craft practicing by the students. How the school will be self-sufficient, we are going to learn now. Here he told that by teaching craft, when we are teaching craft, the teachers are teaching the craft work in the classroom. Gandhi's object was not to produce craftsmen, but he wanted to exploit the craft for educative purpose. Teaching of all subjects, Gandhiji said, should be inspired by the craft. The brain must be educated through the hand. What he said, that Gandhi's object was not to only craftsmen. Through the craft, when the students are learning the skills, the life skills of the craft work, then what it will happen? The children will be whatever that they made in the classroom, they learned the self-reliant and self-sufficient. This is the craft work is going to be sold, and the school will be individual, and earning also by we will get through the craft work, whatever we are teaching to the children in the classroom, practical work, that is. Let us see next. I'm going to teach that. I'm going to explain that the Gandhi's education philosophy, point number 3, that is self-supporting aspect of education. What is the self-supporting aspect of education? Let us see that. Gandhiji was of the opinion that the question of higher education can be postponed for some time, but the problem of primary education of masses cannot be postponed for a minute. Here what Gandhiji told, that we can postpone the higher education. For example, if we have completed 8th standard, for example, higher education we can do in the lifelong process. It is, we can do any time in our life. This is the education is lifelong. But what about primary education? If basics are good, if the foundation is good, then higher education we can do in our life anytime. So that's why he emphasis on that. He stressed the point, what it is, the primary education is must. So we have to follow the primary education is compulsory. The program of primary education cannot be suspended for want of money. So that we should not be dependent on the money, and the government will release the funds, necessary finances the government will give, but we have to, by the self-sufficient, self-reliant, we have to give the education to the students, to the children for the primary education. So he suggested what it is. That means crores of children could not wait until the government fund the necessary finances. He suggested that education should be self-supporting. So we have to learn, we have to teach, we have to learn something that, we have to educate the children, which is, it must be done as self-supporting. Don't depend on the government finances, don't depend on the government funds. Government fund is releasing and then we will do that, means education, we will give the education to the children, not at all. The self-reliant must be. Self-reliant means you have to earn and learn. Let us see what it is earn and learn method of by Gandhiji. Of course, his self-supporting aspect was criticized. First of all, criticized it is by the members. Let us see that means how it is self-sufficient. The sale proceeds of the products of the children would meet the expenses of the school, including the salaries of the teachers. Gandhiji sincerely believed that handicraft, besides developing the personality of the child, would make education self-supporting, provided that state would take over the manufacturers. What he said, whenever we are teaching the children the craft work, for example machinery, for example we are making them to learn that any craft and material, that the clothes, whatever it is there, and this is the craft work whatever made by the children, this we have to sold it out and get the money. Then because of that money will be used for the education of the children and the maintenance of the school, and even the teachers salaries also, we will get the teachers salaries also. That so Gandhiji, this is the ideas are very good. Then we can very supportive and honest proposal he has given. According to him, self-supporting education was the only alternative. By advocating the self-supporting aspect, Gandhiji never wanted the craft to be made be all and end all of instructions, thus sacrificing the educative and cultural objectives of education. So he doesn't say that only the craft work only should be done. He said that along with the other education, languages and all that, we have to learn the craft work also. So our next point is mother tongue as the medium of instruction. So what is that mother tongue as a medium of instruction? Let us see. One of the glaring defects of the existing system of education was the education was being imparted through the medium of foreign language, that is English. Right now, according to the new society, new age, that we have apted that is a national language, international language of that is English. But what he said, Gandhiji emphasized mother tongue both as a subject of study and a medium of instruction. He said that means, mother tongue, the children should learn, read and from the mother tongue. For example, if you belongs to which state, that is the mother tongue should be opted. Along with the mother tongue, that you have to learn that national language also, that is our national language Hindi. So two languages he instructed to opt in the schools. This is quite natural and academically sound. It enlarges the capacity of understand to express effectively. It develops clarity of thinking and receptivity to new ideas. What Gandhiji said that one, if you are learning in mother tongue, you are able to learn properly, you are able to understand deeply. So that's why the Gandhiji thinking was, Gandhiji was deeply thought that one, when the mother tongue, if the child is reading, then he can understand the world clearly, the subject clearly. That's why the mother tongue, as well as the mother tongue means that is local language, as well as the national language, that means should do apted in the schools like that. Next, Gandhiji education philosophy, that is the number 5, that is point number 5, creed of non-violence. What he said that in creed of non-violence, let us see that. A unique feature of Gandhiji's education philosophy was the application of principle of non-violence in the training of a child. So you can question that one, how it will be the non-violence in the schools. How can we implement the non-violence in the schools? You can, maybe the question arises in the mind. Let us see what is the non-violence now. What he said that it is based on the truth and non-violence in individual and collective life. And truth and violence lead to bondage and can have no place in education. So you have to use in the school only truth and non-violence. There is no place for the untruth and violence in the schools. So his scheme of education intended to bring an age from which class and communal hatred is eliminated and exploitation is removed. What he said? In the schools there is no class. Do you know that what is the class means? That is a higher class, lower class, middle class, upper class, lower class, means otherwise rich people, poor people. That means middle class people, class, middle class, higher class, like that way, poor class, like that. So this is the class, and communal hatred is eliminated. Community also, this is the, for example, I told you, that means open community and BC community and SC community. There is no place for the class and community in the schools. And exploitation also, like Britishers, when they came to India, that is, there was an exploitation of Indians. That is, exploitation, we used to exploit by the Britishers. So that is, there is no exploitation, there is no use of the fellows. Use means we have to, for example, we are using anybody by the means of our selfishness. So there is no, that means even the class also, even the community also should not be considered in the schools. And we cannot, Gandhi also told that we cannot, will not think of exploitation. We have no alternative but this plan of education which is based on non-violence. So if you are acting that class wise, if you are acting on the community, if you are acting on the exploitation, so there is no base of education. So that's why if we have to remove all these things, three things in the schools, and follow the, then we are becoming a non-violent school only, that. Next, Gandhiji education philosophy, point number 6, what it is? Dignity of labor. For example, if we are doing something, if we have to carry, I would like to say that, dignity of labor means here Gandhiji's scheme of education emphasis on dignity of manual labor through active participation in productive work. Manual labor is not at all disgraceful, it rather enlarges the heart and enriches the personality. So don't feel, the people means the children, students, the work you are doing, for example, the auto driver, something, whatever the work you do, that cleaner, auto driver, security, whatever that means, the class 4 people working, that one, we should not, this is the work. And whenever you are introducing yourself, you are feel shy, that means this is the work I am doing. No, that is the dignity of labor that Mahatma Gandhi told. You feel the dignity, whatever the work you have to serving the society, whatever the work means serving the society. So feel the dignity of labor. Don't feel shy if whenever you are introducing about your occupation, right? So this is the Gandhiji only told. Next, Gandhi philosophy, point number 7, what he told? Emphasis on practice rather than theory. So in the classroom, we have to main focus on the practice rather than the only theory part only. So we have to practice. What practice should be done according to Gandhi? Let us see that. Basic education is based on the principle of activity centering and productive and useful craft. It is activity centered education. Here the child is not a passive recipient of knowledge but active participant in the learning process. What he told, that there is nothing at all that only theory based learning, only passive voice should not be. Actively you have to participate. Actively you have to participate, and practically you have to do something in the classroom. So it fosters learning by doing. What he told, that hands-on learning by doing. Gandhiji had realistic and pragmatic view of education. Gandhiji laid stress on imparting knowledge and the acquisition of productive efficiency and practical skills through the craft. What he told, that means learning by doing and craft work in the classroom. There is no theory part, not only theory part. Passively should not sit. Actively the students must participate. That he focused on this point. Next point, it is point number 8. What it is? Social awareness and services. What is the social awareness? Gandhiji is in service and development of social awareness. Service includes love for the motherland. The end of all education should surely to be service. So that means Gandhi stressed on the social service also. Education means social service. He said that social awareness and responsibility can be developed through the involvement of students in programs of community service. whenever the children, we have to make the children to take outside and do the service up to the service society and for the public. So then if we are doing this one, the students are socially responsible for this. And individuals should be obey the laws and regulations prescribed by the community or society. What he said that, whatever the rules and regulations are there prescribed and by the society, written by the society, by the government, the individual should be obey. We have to obey the rules. We should not go out of the rules at all. Gandhiji was idealist too. He had profound faith in God and universal spirit. Idealist, pragmatist, and naturalist. Gandhi is also naturalist. The child should learn in the nature only. And even he is the idealist. He believes in the God and the universal spirit. God can be realized only through God. You can see the God only through truth and non-violence. When you are following the truth and non-violence, then the God will be appear in front of you. You can feel, that is, you are the God only. Otherwise you can feel that one spiritually, that God is there where there is a peace and non-violence and truth. Then child will develop through this one spiritually, intellectually, morally and physically. And he was also the pragmatist. Pragmatist means that is a realist. He is also realist. Pragmatist, what is the true sense of a term. Like John Dewey, he said about the Gandhi. Gandhi wanted his school to be a doing and thinking school. Really, we appreciate the Gandhi. That means what he said. The child should be, whenever the child can learn through the doing and thinking of the school. He emphasized on both theory and practice. So he focused on the theory also as well as the practice also. Not only theory, we are learning the theory, reading the theory, and afterwards we are not practicing. The classroom, whatever we teach in the classroom, that be applicable outside in the society. The real society should bring into the classroom and teach the children. Then children also can practice the points. Whatever we are teaching in the classroom and outside they have to practice. This is the called and theory and practice immediately. But he later was emphasized more. His education philosophy was based on activity principle. So he reconciled that practical and spiritual values. Learning by experience was the chief motive behind the craft-centered education. So learning by doing is the motto behind of this Gandhi's philosophy is craft-centered education. These are the 8 points of the Gandhi. First point is, just briefly I will explain that one. First point is craft-centered education. Second point is self-supporting aspect of education, that is through the craft work, self-supporting craft education. Number 3, free compulsory education. Number 4, mother tongue as the medium of instruction. Number 5, creed of non-violence. Number 6, point number 6, dignity of labor. Point number 7, emphasis on practice rather than theory. Point number 8, social awareness and service, he said. So these are the philosophy, Gandhian philosophy, that when 1947 before that Gandhi is focused on the education and how to reform the society, how to the illiterate people to literate. That means the Gandhi's views are very interesting and encouraging that. And I would like to focus on the now education policy also, new education policy also 2019 introduced. Now it is going to introduce in the schools also after few days. So what I am going to say, first of all, NEP new education policy 2019, that is by the chair committee. The Kasturi Rangan was the chairman. This is the committee has produced the policy document. This is the Kasturi Rangan committee. What the point is introduced in the new education policy. It was after 35 years. This is the new education policy is coming back to the society that to implement in the schools. The new education policy will create independent regulatory body called the State School Regulatory Authority to oversee all the key areas. NEP means National Education Policy, to provide pre-primary education to all by 2025. He said that This is the NEP, new education policy. Right now, the new education policy, the pre-primary education to all, no left at all any. That means even labor child also should learn the pre-primary education. That is by 2025. What is a pre-primary education means? Not only nursery, junior and senior KG. Let me explain what is that. Curriculum, NEP has proposed a new curriculum with 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structure, that is including what is that 5 years of the foundational stage, that is 3 years of pre-primary school and grades 1 and 2. For example, right now, according to old education policy, pre-primary means that is nursery, junior and senior KG. Now the new education policy, that is the first standard and second standard also included in the pre-primary. Pre-primary means nursery, junior KG, senior KG, first and second standard, that is called a pre-primary. That is 5 years pre-primary stage. Then 3 years of preparatory means that is a primary stage. Primary school means now that right now we are going to call primary school means grades which third standard, fourth and fifth standard. These are the 3 grades are included in the primary. In the new education policy. Actually, right now we are calling first to fifth primary, but according to new education policy, that is the third, fourth and fifth is the new education policy. So 3 years of the middle school. What is the middle school? Standard 6th, 7th and 8th, it is called in a middle school. And then 4 years of high school. High school, that is highest high school or a secondary high school, that is grades 9, 10, 11 and 12. Means this is the 4 years of graduation. This is afterwards the 4 years of graduation, he told that. Right now graduation is 3 years only. So NEP, this is the national education policy, continues with the 3 languages formula, that is the languages of India. After 6th, the craftsman, after standard 6th, that is NEP is included the craftsman also, that is the craft work, means vocational courses, and the English should be followed. According to the NEP, the primary education must be in mother tongue. According to new education policy, that is the included here. Okay. This is the Gandhian education philosophy as I explained. That is over. Then next one now, NEP means new education policy 2019, chaired by the Kasturi Rangan. That is now this is the new education policy is going to implement by the phases. That is step by step it is going to include. So here let me see what is the Gandhian philosophy and what is the NEP. NEP means national education policy. Is there any points are there included in the national education policy? Any points of Gandhi's philosophy is included in the national education policy? Let us see that. Any few points within few minutes I will finish it now. What is that means here? Gandhi's policy, according to Gandhi policy, Gandhi emphasis on one language and that is mother tongue, and besides national language, that is 2 languages he said. What is the NEP? It is emphasis on 3 language formula and languages of India, and in a higher standard we can change 1 or more of the 3 languages. So till the primary stage we have to use 3 languages of Indian languages only you have to use. After primary, secondary, when we are children are entering in the secondary stage, we have to opt the other foreign languages, any other languages we can change that. Here then the Gandhian philosophy, Gandhi considered technology only facilitating, not replacing human body and mind. Gandhi told that is a technology is used according to necessary. Only technology is not only the way to teach the children. It is not replacing the human body and mind. Here that NEP, national education policy, what they told, overdependence, that is NEP new education policy is over depending on digitized and virtual classrooms, etc. So this is the totally, because we can't I am thinking that means according to my view it won't be possible. Why? Because very human touch, eye to eye contact and holistic education neglected. Because in the new education policy overly depending on the digitized and virtual classrooms and all that, but there is no human touch and there is no holistic education at all. There is no eye to eye contact and there is no one to one person contact of the child. That is not teacher and student children centered, not given at all. Here in the Gandhiji was a firm opinion on true and original education remains natural self-reliance and dignity of labor. Here in the national education policy, planned vibrant, dynamic education system and picked up a few elements of Gandhian ideas. So here in NEP, here are some ideas, that is National Education Policy of 2019. Some ideas of Gandhi has been taken from the Gandhian philosophy. What is that? Few elements of Gandhian ideas such as local language. Here NEP has taken from the Gandhi's views, that is local language should be used, and skill development also, and from standard 6th to 12th, from standard 6th to 12th standard, vocational education and autonomy, panchayat and village. See, this is the actually philosophy, skill development, vocational training. This is the Gandhian philosophy. This is the philosophy, national education policy right now that is going to implement. This is the philosophy, Gandhian philosophy. Some few points has been taken in the national education policy. So comparatively a lot of difference between the Gandhian philosophy and NEP. Only vocational training and mother tongue has been included in the national education policy. So it is now I think so maybe you understand what I would like to say. Tomorrow is the Gandhi Jayanti. Because of Gandhi Jayanti, what Gandhi thinking about the children education of India. So that's why that is the philosophy we have discussed right now. And now new education policy of 2019 also discussed what that is the pages 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 like that way. And then so maybe you understand that. But new education policy, only a few maximum schools, English medium schools are opposing that. If the child is getting to the till 5th standard, for example in primary education, definitely the child is going to learning along with mother tongue and English also learning. So the child is can think in mother tongue also as well as foreign language of English. He can think, write of English, spoken English also he can do, settle down in the primary education English fluently. But when that means according to new education policy, that local language, for example mother tongue, the child should learn till primary. It will be difficult afterwards to develop the English. Afterwards, that is English medium schools can start the English only. English medium of instruction is in English. But it will be difficult the child to apt, means to catch the other language when the basics are not good. So in my opinion, whenever the child is learning mother tongue along with the English, the medium of instruction is English, the child is getting perfect in the whenever the child goes to the primary 5th standard till the 5th standard, child is getting perfect reading, writing, learning, 4 skills of that means listening English easily they can understand. When after 5th standard onwards, the child is opting the English mother tongue he learned from childhood to the 5th standard. The English, when he learned the English, he is opting from standard 6th and onwards. I don't think so that means child can be perfect in English language. So it will be not good, I think so, for the English medium schools. Rethink over it and suggestions should be taken actually. Let us see, that is the central government has been given, this is the policy. But what about the state government will implement? According to state, that the views will be changed and the policies will be a little bit policy changes or will be. Let us see, that means what expectations of a national education policy, any changes will be. Otherwise, according to state wise, it will be implemented. Otherwise, that means exactly whatever the central government has given, national education policy should follow in the state government schools, that is state board government schools also. So only one last point I will conclude now. Here one teacher, a school teacher who survived from the Nazi camp, the Germans, Adolf Hitler was running the Nazi camps, means gathering the people and making them, utilizing, punishment giving and putting in the jail. This is called a Nazi camp. This is the one principal, this is the school teacher. One teacher was packed in the Nazi camp, arrested by the by the Adolf Hitler and their soldiers. What she has written after when she came back from the Nazi camp, what she has written, let us see that just only a few points are there. We have to consider about, we have to think about what type of education we are giving that. I am a survivor of a concentration camp. My eyes saw that no person should witness gas chamber built by learned engineers, children poisoned by the educated physicians, infants killed by the trained nurses, women and babies shot and killed by the high school and college students. So I am suspicious of education. My request is help your students to be human. Your efforts must never produce learner monsters, skilled psychopath or educated mechanics. So what she told that? She is requesting to the, she has written and appealing to the school principal. What she told that whenever you are teaching to the children, what to teach. This is the, for example, Nazi camp, she has seen that one. What Nazi camp has been done. Gas chamber built by the learned engineers, gas chamber built by the engineers only. Children also poisoned. In the Nazi camp, children was poisoned. बच्चों को the poison दे रहे थे तभी वो टाइम पे. Children poisoned by educated physicians only, they used that. And infants, small babies were killed by the trained nurses. Nurses also killing the small infants also. Women and babies, even that women who are caught by the Nazi camp, women and babies also shot, killed, shooted by the high school and college graduates who were in the Nazi camp. These were the soldiers in the Nazi camp. High school, educated children, educated only, that is in the Nazi camp, but they are killing the people, all this in the Nazi camps. So, learned monsters. So, I am suspicious of education. What she told, really I am suspicious. I am thinking, really whether that means we are giving the good education? Is our education is producing the, what it is called, criminals? So that educated, so here what it is, your efforts must never produce, your efforts, teachers' efforts never produce learned monsters. Don't produce the children like that way. What it is, psychopaths, criminals, educated mechanics, don't produce that all. She is requesting to the principal of the school principal that. So make them to be human. Reading and writing and spelling and history and arithmetic are only important if they serve to make our students more human. Make the students more human. The education should be making the child to be human. So she has written to that, and I think so maybe you understand and you liked this one, Gandhian philosophy, new education policy, and one teacher who has written to the principal of the Nazi camp. Nazi camp was running by the Adolf Hitler in the Germany. That time she has written to the principal, teachers must make the children to be human, not a psychopath, not a criminals, not like that means out of the rules and regulations done by the country. So I expect every teacher, I expect everybody should be change yourself and be a best teacher who is teaching the children, making the children to be human and skilled person, lifelong learned person. Okay, bye bye. Thank you.